Hey there, so today I unfortunately will not be able to get out another episode of Roasted. I got behind in writing, so I'm going to take a week off. However, I'm not leaving you hanging. So if you have not seen part 1 of my The Chimera versus the Enteprise-D, be sure to go watch it. It will be linked in the description. Though I do want to provide you with a brief summary, which is all I really have written for part 2, which is just the introduction. So the introduction will go. Previously on Versus, the Enteprise-D finds itself lost in a region that we know as the remote system of the Galactic Empire. The Chimera, under the command of Grand Admiral Thrawn, goes to investigate a disturbance in the Imperial sensor net that the Enterprise had set off. When the Chimera arrives, Thrawn contacts the Enterprise to find out more about them, meaning the Enterprise, to know mainly to know a potential enemy, though he requests to meet with Captain Picard in person. So that's kind of my little sneak peek, per se, not really a sneak peek, it's just the first paragraph of part 2, which is a summary of part 1 in case you didn't see part 1. But I encourage you to go review part 1 if you haven't, it will be linked. Part 2 should be coming out next week. But I just want to say that I will try to not do this again. I don't like doing this often, but every now and then it might happen, unfortunately. Yeah, there will be a few planned breaks, like Christmas time. That's gonna be a definitive planned break. But so yeah, so I just want to say that if we took a Galaxy class starship versus a Imperial 1 class Star Destroyer, I'm saying the Imperial 1 would win about a little over half of the times out of 10. Actually, probably more than half times out of 10. I would say probably three three quarters of the time. That's just a random guess I'm putting out, but because of its ability to concentrate fire much better than a Galaxy class starship. So there you go. That's a quick quickie. I will try to do more quickies in the future as well, but I was unable to do that today. But I thought I saw that in there, because normal quickies will be a little more involved. And so, just one little housekeeping thing I do want to point out is that in part 1 I said that the Enteprise-D was about uh, was like was like then or just about three two-thirds the size of an Imperial 1. That is incorrect. Uh, while I did saw that number off the top of my head, but yeah, for charts I've seen comparing Star Wars and Star Trek ships, the ship the thing is, the overlay, the chart was showing in a Victory 2 class Star Destroyer, I believe. So yeah, so the Enterprise-D is much smaller than than an Imperial class Star Destroyer. It's still pretty large. I would say that it would like if you take this, I though I would say it is definitely it would not be able to fit in a regular hangar bay. I'm thinking about somewhere between an eighth to a quarter the size, maybe a third of the size if we're lucky. But yeah, we're slightly off with the sizing. In fact, I can pull that chart up and I can even verify it once again. Yeah, if you go, yeah, Galaxy class starship is a little smaller than a Victory Star Destroyer, but yeah, actually probably it's about a quarter to a third the size of an Imperial class Star Destroyer. So I put it more like a two-thirds the size. So I was somewhat off, but not terribly off. But then again, I think the Galaxy class has less wasted space because the engines are much smaller. But yeah, if you look at crew size complement, you could actually really tell how I got it off for size. But that's just some housekeeping things I wanted to mention. So subscribe to this channel to be notified of future content. You can ring the bell to get extra notified. And as always, have a good day or good night, wherever you are. May the force be with you, always, and live long and prosper.